riders, and welcome back to Airhead Barn. In this episode we are going to focus on a front brake. We will fill the reservoir with the brake fluid, air the system, and also adjust front calipers. I hope you will like this episode, so please stay tuned. In order to air the system, I'll use a compressor for that because that's the easiest way. But you can definitely do it old-fashioned way, like pumping on the brake lever. That works as well. This is just a bit more quickly. So let's proceed. I'm using liquid moly .4 brake fluid, but essentially any .4 or .3 should work here. Just be careful so you don't spill this brake fluid on a freshly painted bike, because this will ruin your day definitely. So a good idea is to put some rags or paper around the reservoir, so just in case you have some spill, it doesn't go directly on the paint. Okay, we have a new brake hose, and the calipers were rebuilt, master cylinder as well, and now let's proceed. Okay, so after we were able to pull the oil with the compressor, final check should actually be with squeezing the lever, just to make sure there is still no air inside the system. Okay. Kumpai. Sä tehdään laittu. Stisne. Okay, there is no more air in the system, and that means that our brake is properly bleeded. Okay, we have enough oil in the reservoir, and now we can actually close it. That's it. Right, this can be disconnected. There was no more air. Okay. Valve was tightened, and now we should adjust basically caliper. So caliper shaft has a slot, and you can actually use a normal screwdriver to rotate that eccentric shaft and position the caliper properly. How you position it is actually when you squeeze the front brake, caliper should not move at all. And it seems that this one actually positions itself pretty nicely, so I don't see any movement as I'm pressing the brake, so that means that caliper is in place, and it can wheel can freely spin when I'm not touching the brake. So that means basically that we can go ahead and just put the cap on that will secure that shaft in place. Cap has a spring. And now 90mm socket. is. This is a cap for the valve. Goes back on. We can double check. Everything looks great. And that's it. Now we will move toward master cylinder and adjust that one. Okay, so final step of adjusting front brakes is actually we need to set the spacing of piston here from the body of a master cylinder. This shaft was properly greased and inserted inside, and the cable as well. And now with the cable we can adjust that, and that needs to be around 1.2 millimeters. There is actually a special tool from BMW that looks as a fork, and you just insert it inside. It roughly needs to be about 1.2 millimeters. And here I have filler gauge 1 millimeter and 0.2, which gives 1.2. So now this is just a bit more than that, and now I'm just turning it until, okay, so there it is. Bit of friction, and that's our 1.2. Perfect. And now we can use this lock nut to lock everything in place. Okay. And finally we can put this rubber boot. This is a new boot, that's why it's a bit harder to slip it over. But just be patient, it will go. And then it's usually stuck underneath, and you just need to pull it. There it is. With that, I would like to conclude this short episode where we set the front brakes. Thanks for watching.